What if I told you there are ancient secrets hidden in plain sight, secrets that could change the way you see the world forever? In this video, we'll uncover mysteries that history tried to bury. Are you ready to question everything you thought you knew? Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey. You won't want to miss what's coming next. SFX, tires rolling on gravel. A soft AM radio hiss. Wind across an empty field. Ethan Cole. Field notes, day 1. Coordinates match the map. Sign says, "Welcome to Dunwich Falls, Pop 2311. But the road is too quiet. He eases his car past a rusting steel mill and a row of clapboard houses, painted in the same stubborn shades of white and blue. Garden hoses curl like sleeping snakes. Sprinklers frozen mid-arc. A red tricycle lies on its side. One wheel still spinning, as if the hand that pushed it simply vanished. SFX, car door opens. Distant crows. Main Street is a Norman Rockwell painting abandoned mid-brushstroke. The Bluebird Diner with neon, open 24 hours. A barber pole still turning. A pharmacy window full of sun-faded 4th of July posters. Inside the diner, the coffee is warm. Cups set in pairs. Forks lay teeth down in pie, a bite missing. No staff, no customers, no sound until the jukebox wakes on its own and chooses an old Patsy Cline song. Ethan, whispering, "Hello? Anyone here?" The overhead bell above the door rings 3 times, though the door doesn't move. He steps behind the counter, lifts the pass-through, and freezes. Deep gouges rake the wall by the swinging kitchen door, 5 parallel lines, as if something with a vast hand tried to hold on. He backs out slowly, crosses to the sheriff's office. The lights are on. The front desk holds a mug that reads "Number 1 Dad." A half-completed report. Noise complaint, church bell. 12:00 a.m. to 12:15 a.m. No rope found attached. He walks to the church on the hill for a better view of town. The sun is a copper coin slipping into treeline. Cicadas tune themselves. Ethan, into recorder, whoever left fast. No blood, no bodies, just absence, like a play without actors. The wind changes. It smells like wet iron, like the first breath after a nosebleed. Something moves across the grass. Not a person, just a darker shape than the lengthening shadows. It aligns with his own and stretches, tests the edges of him like a hand feeling for a pulse. SFX, whisper carried on wind. It sounds like his name. Whisper. And the last sliver of sun slips away, and every porch light in town clicks on at once. Cut to black. SFX, jukebox low. A fluorescent hum. A clock ticking too fast. Ethan returns to the diner with a flashlight. The jukebox loops the same verse. He kills the power strip. The song keeps playing. He pulls the plug. The lights die, and the song grows clearer, as if the machine were breathing it. He steps into the kitchen. A pot of stew still bubbles on the lowest flame that shouldn't be lit. He turns the knob off. The bubbling continues for 3 beats, then stops like a held breath released. Pinned to the walk-in freezer, Polaroids, each marked with black marker dates: July 4 fireworks, high school football, the fall harvest. The last one, the town picnic. The ink is still glossy. The faces are blurred, as if moving too fast to capture, except for their eyes. In every eye, the photographer's reflection appears, but the photographer is not human height. The reflection is low, near the knees, like a child kneeling. SFX, hallway squeal. Shoes on linoleum. He crosses to the elementary school, doors unlocked. Hallways painted with cheerful handprints. The hands are sticky. He lifts his palm away and sees a faint gray residue dusting his skin. Ash? Chalk. It smells like incense from a funeral parlor. In the music room, a metronome ticks. The pendulum doesn't swing, but the clicks come anyway. The chalkboard reads, "Quiz, what time is it?" Below it, a child's answer, 2:33. 100 times, in 100 small hands. A locker bangs open down the hall. He shines the beam and finds nothing but a mirror taped inside a door. His reflection doesn't match his movement for a blink. When it catches up, it smiles a fraction too late. Ethan, to recorder, there's no sign of panic. No evacuation. But whatever happened made everyone stop mid-gesture. It's as if time slipped. They were here, and then they weren't. What could pull that off? Gas leak? Cult. Every single classroom speaker crackles to life with a message recorded on loop. Shelter in place. Stay away from windows. Lock doors. The voice is the mayor's chipper, then strained, then distorted until it's only the sound of teeth clicking too close to a microphone. Outside, the streetlights strobe once. The shadows change positions as though they forgot where they were supposed to stand. Cut. SFX, Night Insects. A wind rope creaking with no rope. The church is white clapboard and black steeple, a lantern for the dead. The bell tolls 12 on its own. He climbs the steps and pushes inside. Every pew is filled with neatly folded clothes. Denim jackets, flannel shirts, Sunday dresses, children's overalls. Rings nest inside shoes. Watches rest atop Bibles as if time had been politely removed. At the pulpit lies a leather Bible open to Matthew 24 verses 40 to 42. 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken and the other left. The verse is underlined so hard the page tears. Beneath the tear, faint pencil. We agreed. We all agreed. He looks past the altar and finds a hatch. The crawl space smells like an old well. A wooden crate holds a brass clapper heavy, cold wrapped in a newspaper dated August 18, 1975. The headline, Town Safe After Strange Lights. The story is short, soothing, useless. Ethan drags the crate up. The bell above them rings again. He climbs to the belfry. The bell swings, but a flashlight sweep shows, no clapper attached. Still it tolls. Ethan, how are you? A photo is nailed to the beam. Sepia, 1925. The town square beneath a red moon. The people look upward, hats in hand, like they're listening to an organ no one else hears. On the back, in an old hand, we are due. A whisper of footsteps on the stairs. He whirls. A woman stands there in a faded choir robe, eyes glassed with old tears. Choir woman, soft, wrong we stayed. We sang. It helped for a while. Ethan stumbles back. The woman's mouth keeps moving. The sound continues after her lips stop, like a bad dub. She turns, climbs down, dissolving into shadow as if swallowed by the stairwell. On the final step her robe collapses to empty fabric. The bell tolls 13. Cut. SFX, barn door rasp. Night wind. Distant coyote. At the edge of town, an old barn hangs together by memory. A lantern burns within. An elderly man, Caleb Ward, steps forward, shotgun on his arm, eyes squeezed by decades of fear. Caleb, turn around, boy. Put your car in reverse, and don't stop till the radio plays static. That's how you know you're safe. Ethan, what happened here? Caleb, same thing that happens every 50 years. Started in 1875, when the river turned black and the crops died. Preachers said God had a bargain. Give the town up for one night at the blood moon, and he'd give it back cleaner than he found it. We laughed at him, until the first time they came. After that, we kept our clothes folded. Makes it easier. Ethan, who's they? Caleb's lantern falters. His shadow grows thin and long on the far wall, then peels away from his heels like paper from glue. Caleb, eyes widening too late. The shadow smiles without a mouth and reaches for him. Caleb fires, but the boom only rattles rafters. His shadow wraps him, presses him flat as if against invisible glass. His body shudders, then vanishes into the dark stain the shadow leaves behind. Ethan bolts as the lantern dies. Outside, the field is full of scarecrows that weren't there before. Each wears clothing folded neatly over straw, stuffed sleeves lifted to wave without wind. As he runs, his own shadow slides ahead of him by several steps, eager to arrive first. Cut. SFX. Wristwatch tick slows, stops. Tape fast forwards by itself, then rewinds. Back in town, Ethan checks his gear. His watch is stuck at 2:33 a.m. His phone battery reads percent, a symbol he's never seen. The town hall clock has stopped at 2:33 as well. The minute hand trembles, wanting to move, unable. He breaks into the records room. Dust motes drift like snow in a cemetery. He finds ledgers, minutes, and a wooden box with a brand burned into it. A circle split by a cross, the same mark carved into the church pew ends. Minutes from August 18th, 1875. The parish resolved that the bell would toll to call us down. We agree to be taken, to return, to keep the falls from failing. One night for 50 years of plenty. One witness must remain. He flips to 1925. The same vote, the same phrasing. 1975, same. In each margin, a list of names, written before the night. Caleb Ward is on 1975 as witness. 2025's page is blank, as if waiting. Ethan, to recorder, one witness must remain. To tell it, to ensure the story continues. A superstition? Or the tape in his recorder hisses, then speaks in a chorus. Ethan Cole. Witness. He slams it off, breath heaving. From outside, the sky darkens without clouds. The moon blushes red. He pockets the brass clapper. It's heavy as a promise. Cut. SFX. Siren far away that never approaches. A low oceanic hum, though there is no ocean. The moon rises like a wound. Shadows unhook from their owners and drift toward the center of town. Ethan climbs the water tower ladder for a view. From up here, Dunwich Falls looks like a board laid for a game he doesn't know how to play. At the square, something stirs at the old founders, well-a stone mouth banded with iron. From every street, shadows thread toward it, carrying the outline of people they used to belong to. They kneel around the well's rim and dip their hands into an absence that drinks light. Ethan's phone vibrates once. A text from an unknown number, leave at dusk only. He types back, who is this? The bubbles appear. A reply is typing forever, but never arrives. He climbs down and crosses to the school gym, barricading doors with bleachers. The red moonlight presses through window paper like fingers through fabric. SFX, children laughing wrong, too slow. He aims his flashlight at the laughter. It dims on its own. On the far wall, the painted school mascot, the Otters, turns its head to look at him. Ethan, horse, you're not supposed to. Mascot mouth peels into a grin, paint cracking. He bolts into the hall and straight into a corridor of mirrors, funhouse glass from a fall festival stored for winter. In each mirror, his reflection is a second late and mouths a single word he can't hear. He leans close to one. The glass fogs with a word, stay. He runs. Cut. SFX. Gate screech. Dry leaves. Nails on wood beneath dirt. The cemetery crowns the hill. He passes rows of stones, shaded by ancient sycamores. Each stone is newly cut. Dates fresh, all August 18th, 2025. Name after name of the living. Marlene Klein. Deputy Joe Harper. Pastor Eli Summers. At the end of a line, Ethan Cole. Ethan, to recorder. Shaking, they carved it before I ever came. How could they know? He kneels, fingers the fresh-cut serif of his name. The ground under his knees breathes. A fingernail scratches from beneath. He scrapes backside. A breath of cold well water air exhales from the earth. His hand pushes up from below and seizes his wrist. He screams, yanks back. The grip is strong, familiar. He pulls until a ring slides off the hand's finger, his ring. The college ring he lost years ago in a river. It shouldn't be here. He staggers away. ring cold as the moon in his palm. From the open slit of earth, a sound rises, not words, but the echo of his own voice saying don't. He kicks the dirt back in, crawling away as the ground settles, disappointed. At the cemetery's center stands a bell post with no bell. A plaque reads, "In thanks for the nights we were spared." He reaches into his jacket and feels the weight of the brass clapper. "Ethan, whisper, maybe that's why you saved me." A wind moves through stones, too deliberate to be weather. He goes cold with the sense that the dead are standing behind him, politely waiting their turn to speak. Cut. SFX, phone ringing. It's the old analog kind. Then a click. Your own voice answers. The sheriff's office is the only place with thick walls and a generator. He drags a desk against the door, boots up the radios. The emergency line rings on its own. He picks up. Operator, Ethan's voice, perfectly. 911, what's your emergency? Ethan slams the phone down. It rings again. And again. He rips the cord from the wall. It keeps ringing, muffled from inside the handset, like a heart. Through the blinds, figures gather. The townspeople have returned, or something wearing their shapes. They smile with too many teeth, eyes glossy as if shellacked. Their heads tilt at the same angle in unison, like birds studying a crumb. Hollow woman, through glass. Cheerful, you must be Ethan. We're so glad you made it. Hollow boy, giggling. You're the witness. We always need one. Ethan raises a flare pistol from the evidence locker, fires into the floor to make them jump. The flare hisses and spits into a red pool same color as the moon. The hollow ones don't flinch. They love the red. He grabs the recorder, presses play. The chorus voices he heard earlier now speak clearly, layered like wind through high pines. Ring it. He pulls the brass clapper from his coat. The hollow ones recoil, not from its sight, but from the sound it hasn't yet made. Their smiles crack. Hollow woman, voice breaking, no bells. We took them. We took them all. Ethan steadying, not this one. He slams out the back, sprinting his hollow feet patter behind him like rain on a tin roof. He heads for the church. Cut. SFX, microfilm machine whir. Pages turning. A low drone like a distant choir. Detouring through the library for answers. He finds a basement and a microfilm reader still warm. Spooling through reels, he discovers a 1925 column by reporter Mary Klein. A night of mercy. She writes of a vote, a bell, a red moon, and a man who stayed to remember. The names change every 50 years. The witness always arrives from away, outside her eyes to carry the tale. 1975. A trucker named Caleb Ward wrote a letter to the editor. I stayed because I didn't know better. If you're reading this, get small. Make yourself not worth keeping. A ledger tucked into a wall cavity bears a single scratched line in iron nail. If there is no witness, the town does not return. Ethan understands. The bargain requires a storyteller, someone to fear it aloud, to widen its shadow with his words. That's how the thing at the well is fed. Memory is a mouth. He runs for the church with the clapper under his arm. On the hill, the red moon is so low it rims the belfry like a halo. Inside he climbs. The bell waits, mute but moving in lazy arcs as if enjoying itself. He fits the clapper to its yoke, hands fumbling. It clicks in with a satisfying finality, like a door locking. Below, the hollow ones pour into the nave, faces lifted, hands outstretched, whispering his name as if in prayer. Ethan sets his feet and pulls the rope that isn't there. The bell swings anyway. Cut. SFX bell toll. One clear, pure note that cuts the night in half. The sound tears color from the world. The red moon blanches. The hollow ones wail, jaws unhinging into black parentheses. The well in the square foams not water, but dark that behaves like water. Ethan, into recorder, breathless, if you find this. Leave. Never enter Dunwich Falls. If you've already entered, listen. Do not be here at 2:33. He hauls the bell again. The clapper strikes. The note is cleaner, older than the church, older than the town. With each toll, folded clothes in the pews stir as if remembering the shape of bodies. A train whistle sounds from 50 miles away in a direction where there's never been a track. Below, the congregation climbs the stairs, hands seeking his ankles. He kicks free, grabs the rope that still isn't there, and pulls a third time. The tower shudders. The bell cracks along a hairline it's been saving for 100 years. The clapper drops into his hands, heavy as guilt. Without the bell, the sound doesn't die. It vibrates inside his chest cavity, asking a question his bones answer, stay. Ethan staggers to the window. The town below is being folded. Streets crease. Houses collapse into outlines, then into shadows, then pour toward the well. The red moon sinks behind a ridge, replaced by a pale line of dawn. He speaks one last time, voice overlapping with others: Mary Klein, Caleb Ward, the choir woman, 100 layers of witness. Ethan layered, I want to keep you. I want to be your story. He hurls the clapper out the belfry. It falls and lands on the plaque in the graveyard with a sound like a gavel. The well screams, stone grinding stone. Hands pull him from behind, gentle as ushers, strong as iron. He drops the recorder. SFX, plastic skittering across wood. Mic facing the open window. Outside, the first birds begin. The tape hisses, then clicks. Silence. Cut to daylight. SFX highway. A car slowing. A family of tourists brakes on the shoulder. They look down at Dunwich Falls, bustling and bright as a postcard, farmer's market tents blooming in the square. Children lick popsicles. The church is whole. The bell shines, uncracked. The father squints. Didn't that place used to be? Closed. They drive on. Farther up the road, a state trooper finds a car parked crooked under a sycamore. Keys in the ignition. On the passenger seat, a cassette recorder blinks its tiny red light. He presses play. Ethan's voice, calm, unbearably tired, fills the cruiser. Ethan, on tape, if you hear me, you're late. Leave the clapper where it fell. Drive west until your radio won't play anything but static. Don't look back. If you've already looked back. SFX, the faintest echo of a bell. Then, close to the mic, a child's giggle. Tape. Now it's your turn. The trooper looks toward town. On the hill by the cemetery, something small and brass glints in the sun, just long enough to catch his eye. Cut to black. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more. Your support means the world and helps us keep going.